Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Khanak's World. I'm Khanak. Today I'm sitting on my swing and planning to read you my favorite book. Cinderella is the title of the book. This is my favorite place to sit and read a book. When I always plan to read a book when I'm sitting over here, I take a glass of water and a snack and a candle to light up. So let's start reading the book. First, let me sit. Here we go. Okay. So let's start reading the first page. The first page. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother. The stepmother did not like Cinderella. She made her work hard, very hard every day. Cinderella was a very beautiful. Cinderella had two stepsisters. Their names were Drizella and Anastasia. The stepsisters never had to work. They just present around in the house in their friends' fancy dresses, and they always made fun of Cinderella because her dress was so plain. One day a letter came to the house of Drizella and Anastasia, cried the stepmother. Listen to this. She read the letter. It says, the king is giving a ball tonight. His son, the prince, will choose a wife. Every girl in the kingdom must be there. The stepsisters were Cinderella's sisters, and they always made fun of her. One day a letter came to the house. It said, every girl in the kingdom must be there. Here the prince posted. So everyone's getting ready and Cinderella is worried. Let's see what happens next. Let's continue. Then I can go too, said Cinderella. You, cried the stepsisters, and they laughed and laughed. But it says every girl in the kingdom must be there, said Cinderella. The stepmother smiled and said, of course you may go, said Cinderella. You may go if you do your work first and if you have a dress to wear. Oh, thank you, said Cinderella, and she went up and she ran up to her room. Some mice lived in Cinderella's room. They were Cinderella's friends. She had even made little clothes for them. Guess what? She cried. I'm going to a ball at the palace. Hooray! Cried the mice. Then she showed them an old dress. It just needs a little mending, said Cinderella, and maybe a stash and some beads to make it pretty. Yes, Cinderella, said the mice. Cinderella, called the stepmother. Cinderella went downstairs. I want you to clean the floor, wash the windows, dust the traps, said the stepmother. But I did that yesterday, said Cinderella. Do it again, said the stepmother. She walked as fast as she could, but there was always one more thing to do. Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella. Oh dear, said Cinderella. I will never have time to mend my dress. They make Cinderella walk, said the fat mouse named Gus. She will have no time to fix her dress, said the skinny mouse named Jack. We can do it, cried the mice. We can fix Cinderella's dress. Gus and Jack sneaked into a big room. The stepsisters were dressing for the ball. I hate this old stash, said Drizella. And she threw it down. I never want to see these beads again, said Anastasia, and they dropped them on the floor. Jack grabbed the stash. Gus picked up the beads. They took them into Cinderella's room. Look, we found these, said Gus. Now we can make Cinderella's dress really pretty, said Jack. They measured, they cut, they folded it, they sewed, they worked as fast as they could. The hours went by quickly. Cinderella had to help the stepsisters with their dresses. When she was done, the stepmother said, It is time to go to the ball, girls. Are you ready, Cinderella? No, said Cinderella sadly. I did not have any time to fix my dress. Not bad, said the stepsisters. You must learn how to work faster, said the stepmother. They watched Cinderella go up to her room. When Cinderella opened the door, she saw something wonderful. Her dress was ready. It is the prettiest dress I have ever seen. And she put it on, said Cinderella, and she put it on. Cinderella ran downstairs. Wait, she called. I can go now. I have a dress. The stepmother and the stepsisters could not believe their eyes. My stash, cried Drizella. My beads, cried Anastasia. And they ripped off the stash and pulled off the beads. Cinderella's dress was ruined. Come along, girls, said the stepmother. The prince is waiting for you. And they went off to the palace. And Cinderella was left behind in the pretty dress. When I read this story when I was young, I always used to say pretty dress, and my mother laughed very hard. Cinderella ran into the garden. The mice ran after her. How did I wish to go to the ball, said Cinderella, but it's no use. Wishes never come true. Never, my dear, said a voice. Cinderella looked up. There was a little woman with a wand. I'm a fairy godmother, she said. I am here to give you your wish. Now let me see, said the fairy godmother. I need a pumpkin and a horse and a dog. Oh, what luck! They are right here. Ah, yes, I will need mice. When the mice heard this, they began to run. But the fairy godmother stopped them with her wand. Now for the magic words, she said. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. She waved her wand. The pumpkin turned into a coach. The horse turned into a coachman. And the dog turned into a footman. And the mice turned into white horses. Now hop in, my dear, said the fairy godmother. But my dress, said Cinderella. Oh my, cried the fairy godmother. I almost forgot. She waved her wand again, said Cinderella. Cinderella looked down. Her dress turned into a white gown, and the shoes turned into glass slippers. I want to have one glass slipper, a pair of glass slippers too. Oh, thank you, said Cinderella. Now hop into the coach, said the fairy godmother. But remember, all the magic ends when the clock strikes 12. said, "I won't forget," said Cinderella, and she set off and off she went to the palace. At the ball, the king was complaining. "The prince has met all the girls in the kingdom," he said. "He has not found the one he likes." "Give him time," said the Grand Duke. The prince looked at all of the girls, but he didn't find the one that he likes. "I think he's waiting for Cinderella." Then Cinderella came into the ballroom. When the prince saw her, he bowed. "May I have this dance?" she asked. "Yes," said Cinderella. Prince danced only with Cinderella. They danced around the floor, or as if in a dream. Everyone said, "How lovely she is! Who can she be?" Hours went by quickly. Suddenly, the clock struck to 12. The clock began to strike midnight. Cinderella ran down the palace steps, and as she ran, she lost a glass slipper. When the prince reached the steps, Cinderella was gone. He picked up the tiny glass slipper. The girl who wore this slipper is the girl I want to marry," said the prince. He told the Grand Duke to find her. The next day, before Cinderella was home, the magic ended. The coach turned back into a pumpkin, and the coachman turned back into a horse. The footman turned back into a dog, and there were her Cinderella and the mice just as before. The next day, the Grand Duke took the glass slipper to every house in the kingdom. At least he came to the house where Cinderella lived. Cinderella was up in her room. First, Drizella tried the slipper. Her foot was too long to wear. Too long. Anastasia tried the slipper. Her foot was too much wide. Then Cinderella came downstairs. "Who is this?" asked the Grand Duke. "She's only a maid," said the Grand Duke. "She too must try the slipper. It fit perfectly." Cinderella reached in her pocket. She pulled out the other glass slipper. The Grand Duke bowed to Cinderella. "You are the girl the prince says he must marry," said the Grand Duke. So Cinderella went to the palace and married the prince, and they lived happily ever after. The end. So I hope you liked today's story. This is the story about Cinderella. Now, if you want me to make more such videos, please do consider subscribing and let me know in the comment section below, and give this video a big thumbs up. Bye guys.